I think it's not finished, right? No, it's not finished yet. Yeah, I thought. Mrs. Sharifi asked a question that in this part that has we have drawn the Fibonacci, why does it hit 23 but it doesn't pull back? Like nothing like a breakout happens. Let her ask herself. I drew in the silver market the Fibonacci would be of 23%. But she said when it has 3 strikes to the cap, it goes up after it. It's 1, 2, 3. It has strikes, but it can't break it yet. My question, on the other hand, is this. When it's hitting 23, it goes to 11 once, and it goes to 0 once as well. I want to know, in this 23, the price is close to 23. I should sell or not until it gets to 11, or it wants to go up again. Okay, look, here, you can't count these. Pay attention to it. These highs that are in the lows, like these 2 highs are longer than this zone. You can't count these 2. Our high 1 is this, our high 2 is this, and our high 3 is this that is forming right now. The highs that are gets formed in lows, you shouldn't count them as highs. And if you want to consider them, you should count them as 1. Because these 2 are like on the side of each other, and they get counted as 1. Like this zone, like there's many highs like this that have fractals but not highs. We count them all as 1. Like these 3 that are on the side of each other, or in these 2, we count them as 1. Did you understand? Yes, yes. The highs that are in the side of each other, we count them as 1 high. But your question was good. Like if it's under 23, I should sell, or if it goes up above the 23, I should buy. Last session we said the Fibonacci of 23 and 38, you have pivots or resistance. That's why it would drop. The price would drop. Like in this zone, in the past I had a resistance that it had dropped. And one was here, and what pivot I had here, and there was a pivot here as well. You know, the reason for your price drop between the Fibonacci of 38 and 23, there was some drops and decretion, and you thought that it has broken out and it starts to drop. But remember that between the Fibonacci of 38 and 23, we have pivots. I explained it last session. So under 23, the time you can sell is that there should be a high, according to Candlestick, getting formed. Like here, a good high has been formed in this zone, as well. In this candle that got ended in this state, we could do sell positions according to this candle. Does your mouse move? Yes, I'm moving it. Can you see? No, there's like a flash that is steady. No, I don't see it. They get disconnected and get connected again. How should I disconnect? Click the end and click the add again. So you see, this is about, according to this candle that has gone up. And I said you can do buy positions It's about the candlestick and pivot, and it was overlapping the candle. So you can do buy positions. I haven't taught you yet, but like here, your price has gone under 23. You should exit here. In this zone, you should exit and wait for it to see how the next candle gets formed until your price is gets formed in this shapes. When you want to between these 23 or 11 or 0 to 11, if you want to trade between them, you should combine candlestick with it. According to candlestick, you can easily get your signals between these pivots. Like in this zone, our price is sideways, and we use candlestick when it's sideways. Because you don't know candlestick yet, you have got stuck in Fibonacci. Yes. I don't know if I should sell or buy. It's because you don't know candlestick yet. Like between these numbers or between resistances, when the price hits the resistance, you should use candlestick and pivot. Because when you don't have your candlestick and pivot, I don't think you should trade. Because right now we're just analyzing. We're not talking about trading yet. Right now we're just doing trend line and Fibonacci, so we get the elasticity of the market, drawing the Fibonacci to see where our price goes and when does it pull back. We haven't announced the exact entry point. That should be according to candlestick and pivot. But one technique in this state is that you have resistance between 23 and 38. So you should be aware. Like if you see a candle that is far from 23 and do sell one on one side. Because you have a pivot that makes you confused and tricked, the price will drop down and you will be in loss. Mr. Saderi's last fixed trades this exactly has happened to him. Like between 23 and 38, he has done a buying position and then was in loss. So in your major Fibonacci's, between the resistance of 23 and 38, you have pivots. That pivot is powerful. These are the times that some people should be in loss. Can I ask my next question? Yes, go on. Can you pull up the gold chart? Yes. Oh, it froze again. Okay, I will ask my question. Look, in the gold chart, can we do a buy position here? Because it has pulled back it has struck 38. What time frame? Weekly. Okay. It froze again. It's no problem. Disconnect and reconnect again. It should be level by level until 50. And we should control it. And we should know that in this back and forth, we can get the signals and be in profit. I think the best way for getting these signals is like one is Fibonacci technique. By that, we can get the distances and differences between supports and the resistance by Fibonacci. We haven't learned pivot yet to know between 11 and 23 what pivots there are, and like between 23 and 38 what pivots are, and between 30 and 50 what pivots are. I think when we want to do selling or buying positions, the most important is candles. Like the 11% of Fibonacci, what candle would it form? Does it show that my trend is going to be downtrend or uptrend? Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Sharifi. And I think that we shouldn't expect too much from ourselves. Like, we shouldn't put pressure on ourselves. We should go level by level to get the results. We will go level by level like this. Excellent. Can I ask a question? In this chart that you have pulled up, it has gone to 38. It struck 38 and pulled back to 23, and now it has passed 38. Can we say that it has passed it and I can buy here? It should go up until 50 though. Look, according to Candlestick and pivotology, yes. Can we say it has passed it? Yes. I had a buy from it in the morning. Yeah, I had a buy position. Yes. I had two buy positions. No, it was only this one. Look, your price is going to reach this zone. And because we don't have powerful pivots in the way, the last one was this, that is, it like touched it. I shouldn't, it would confuse you right now, but when it can touch the pivot and really get close to it, that's not a powerful pivot, and it will be broken easily. The powerful pivots are the ones who, when the price isn't even near them, it would get a shock from it. It was this first encounter, right? The 38 should be until 11, right? And I've pulled back until 23 right now. And it has gone up again and has passed 38. Did you understand? Yes. I understood. My next question is, can you pull up USD to CHF on the daily time frame? This is it. Let me zoom it. Look. It doesn't seem like that this 38% would break, because we have a cap, but the candle has finished a little bit under 38. Isn't it important here? Can we open a buying position from 838, or we should wait for confirmation? If you want to be really precise with it, you should use candlesticks. Okay. Because it has passed 38 a little bit. What do we consider this? Like, it would go up to 50, or because of the powerful pivots before it, I think it wouldn't pass it. What do you think? Can you repeat again? I didn't get it. This USD to CHF is not in the same direction with the trend. The Fibonacci is reversed. And the next problem is about the 38 zone. We have a really powerful cap there. Yes. Now, do you trade on this graphic if you had it like in the uptrend position? Because it has a really powerful cap, it can't go up to 50. Can we do a buy position here and go up? No, don't do this mistake. The only thing that will help you is candlesticks. Like, I would know by the candlesticks that my tomorrow's trend is downtrend. Like, this candle as it is a powerful bearish signal. And it would make my price go down, and it will touch 997. Okay, I have another question. Look at it. It's like a stick in 38. Like it has passed 38. Can it be an alarm that it will break it or not? It has broken 38. It has broken 38 once, yes? Yes. The only reason for these pullbacks is for its pivot was here. If you learn pivots with candlesticks, you can correct the Fibonacci's errors. How do you consider a breakout? When it passes half of it, we say it has broken. But the full breakout, we say it according to the candlestick. Like you can find it easier. In all the analysis, I always name candlestick and pivot. This whole market is according to candlestick and pivot. I could just teach you these two things, but sometimes in the market you would be stuck because they all complete each other. You see, like you should learn trendline, Fibonacci, candlestick and pivot, and identifying the trend line. You should combine them all. And when you can combine them is when you know the formulas. If I do it by the books, I don't know the formulas in the books really. I don't know the names. But if you want to learn it by the book yourself, in the book it says this candle is like decreasing. But it doesn't say that if this candle is like larger or smaller, or is it in a pivot, or if it's close to the pivot, what would happen? It couldn't tell you these. It couldn't explain it in the books completely. But the important thing is you should be really precise, that you would know that your candle that has been finished, you should be factored a bit and see if the candle gets performed or not. Like here, we know that our 38 has been broken. But what was the reason for it? That it got close to 50 but it pulled back. It's because of the pivot. My pivot was here. I had a pivot in 38 and it has been broken. My next one, instead of being on 50, is between 38 and 50. Did you understand? Yes. And if I want to draw the Fibonacci lines here, look, there's a high. We said it's like in half a high. If you learn the candlestick, you wouldn't overlook these. You had a high here, and because it was really close to a candle, the fractals couldn't exactly form, because the fractals wouldn't fit. If I put this above my next high, you would see that it's exactly on the 50. And the 38 that has happened like this, it has completely touched 23. But your major Fibonacci is this. And your price in the future, be sure that it will strike your 61%. Next month probably your 61 will be broken. Now I will tell you the formulas, that how do I know so surely that this zone will be broken. It's again about the candlestick and pivot and the combining them. It's true that I don't draw them right now because I'm drawing them in my mind. You will get to that point. You haven't mastered your Fibonacci yet. When the teaching of the Fibonacci gets finished, then we can teach the candlestick and to see how to know if my 38 will break or not. Okay. Now, according to Candlestick, I get a buy signal. Where should we put our stop loss and take profit? And according to this pivot, you open your order. According to pivot, you put your stop loss and take profit. You combine the techniques I've told you and you factorize them. Thank you. Do you understand this topic? Yes, yes, I do. I haven't taught you the candlestick yet. My problem was that I thought that it has past 38, but now I know that when the shadow is in it, means that the price is opened. They told us that it should be closed and it should be under it. Yes, the rule is this, but sometimes you have pivots, and we call it a rejection. They call it a rejection, but the main thing is that there was a pivot here, and a powerful pivot. So if you want to trade only by the Fibonacci, be sure that out of 10 orders, you will make mistakes in 7 of them, because it's tricking you all over again. Like 90% of the people in the market, they do losses. One of the reasons is not having the knowledge. Like me myself, like 10 or 12 years ago, I did so many losses. When it passed my 38, like for 8 millimeters, I would do buy positions, and then it would go back, and I would be on loss because I didn't know the formulas and the techniques. You would get to that point where you can open orders without any fear, and with those candles, you're just drawing all of them, and you don't have to draw them again. Thank you. I would trade in the lower time frames. Can I ask my next question? Mr. Sadeghi, I'm sorry that I ask a lot. No. The questions that you ask are excellent. I'm sorry, really. No, there are good questions. Can you pull up USD/GPY? Yen to dollar. In the daily time frame, if we draw its Fibonacci, major Fibonacci, it would be from the bottom to top. I want to see how it is. Okay. Given that our trend is uptrend, this trend in these days have an uptrend. Okay? And it hasn't reached, we haven't reached 38 yet. The second and third time, it hasn't opened 23. I can't do buy positions here, and I would put my take profit 0. You would buy here and put your take profit 0. No. You should learn candlestick. Our candle is sell, right? I had a sell here, but the Fibonacci is buying. No, the Fibonacci is not giving us buying signal. So I'm wrong? Like yesterday morning, I had a sell here. It hasn't reached 23 yet. Look, how do I say it? What's the reason that you say that it's a buy here? You say this zone? No, the whole one. Our whole trend is uptrend. This trend line is uptrend, but this candle is decreasing. Okay, it hasn't reached 38 yet, and it has struck 23 three times, but it couldn't break it. So according to this Fibonacci, can we buy here and sell it on 0? So here's the one thing. Your trend line is broken, and it has pulled back, and the price has gone down, right? Yes. Excuse me. Can I say something? If it were me, I would wait for my new candle to form a pivot and give me a pullback pattern. Give me a back pattern, comeback pattern, and then I would buy for sure. Yeah, we can do it like that as well. Because as she's saying, she means that the floors are on top of each other. And she should consider that our caps are lower. And we have a possibility of a whole decression. Like the whole trend is changing. Yes. There's a possibility of a total fall. Like a possibility. But if it would reach the 50 and like if it would reach 61, we could say that we had a reversal. It's correcting it. That was not really powerful. Or not. You say it has struck 2 times to 23. There was a reason that it didn't reach 38. You say buying. We don't have a buy signal here. Like not according to Fibonacci or Candlestick or trendline. We don't have any kind of buying signal. First of all, your uptrend has been broken and it's a downtrend again, and it's been confirmed. The highs are lower than each other. That's a technique that you knew sooner that you had a reversal. And the other thing that you say that you haven't reached 38, you had a minor Fibonacci. Like in the weekly time frame, if I do it, it would be really pressed. Like in this daily time frame, if I draw the Fibonacci, wasn't my price under the 23? Yes. No, I don't care about this zone. In the morning it was here. 23 was in this zone, and according to Candlestick, I got a selling signal and I put my take profit here. When it was under 23, the Fibonacci tells you that it was a decretion or decreasing. It didn't even got the pullback yet. When the price pulls back, when it breaks the trend and pulls back, isn't it a fall? According to Candlestick, that's 3 reasons. According to the basis, 4 reasons. According to the pivot that has been broken, 5 reasons. And the next one is, that's it. You have 5 confirmations of a downtrend. So how do you expect to do a buy here and close it on 0? Their bases are getting shorter. It's telling you that your signal has gone down. And if you see that it hasn't reached 38 yet, here, it's because we had a minor Fibonacci. one of your lines was this, I will clear these lines so it wouldn't be crowded here. So my Fibonacci line is not really in details because I see it wrong. Yeah, you see it wrong. This is the minor Fibonacci's that creates your major one. When your Fibonacci line touches that 61% of Fibonacci, you should update it and do the major one. Like here, it has hit the 61, right? Got back to 38 and gone up again. When my price gets to 50, I should update it. Yeah, I had a pivot before it. It was in a wave. Did you get it? So you had minor Fibonacci's, creates your major one, and then it starts to generalize. Right now, here, you shouldn't draw your major Fibonacci all of a sudden. You should first draw your minor ones. If you saw that it formed well, you go to the major ones. Did you understand? Yes, I did. So, we can say that it would be, the price would continue until the 78 and 89. Yes. And it also has broken its pivot. And the power of your down signal is a lot. It would come up to 78. The next pivot is where? Is here, right? Yes, it's right. My next pivot is here, right? A pivot which is like a candle base. And here is another pivot. I have a low. And I have another low here. Yes, we can do that. In the daily time frame, we can have a down signal. And its overlapping will be a lot, that it has reasons. Thank you a lot. Excuse me. The thing that you said right now, that we should draw the minor Fibonacci's and then update it. Can you explain it later? I will draw a major Fibonacci, but it's according to my time frame. Like if it was in like 4 hours, my major one, I would consider it as a daily one. I would draw a major one, and then I will draw a minor one. I will combine both of them. Like one is red and one is blue. Just to know that in the minor Fibonacci, where is my price and where is the price in the major one. I think it's a good strategy. And I try to do a reverse Fibonacci and an opposite one. Yeah, I'm here. This you just explained to Mr. Sharifi. We draw a minor Fibonacci and then we update it. On what basis should we update it? When your price breaks the 61%, if you want to stick to the rules, when your 61 breaks. In general, Fibonacci has a back and forth. Like you can have two trends in one Fibonacci, and you won't need an update. But when it breaks your 61, like the Fibonacci of 38, when this line finishes, you should update it. And when your Fibonacci line forms, you can update it, or when your 61 breaks. So we can say when it didn't break the 61 and has pulled back from top to bottom, we can do a reverse one. Yes, you can do that, but you don't need to draw another Fibonacci line.